Good morning, friends and fellow traders. It's Monday, March 12th, 2018, and this is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options coming to you with the morning market preparation video. Hey everyone, I hope you had a great weekend and ready to get back to it this week. This morning, the futures are looking very, very bullish. We're getting a little follow through here from Friday's kind of exuberant move. And even though they've pulled back some this morning already, we were at one point looking at least a 100-point gap up. And at the moment, as I record this, we have slipped about 50 points. But that's still very, very positive. Now, let's take a look at the overall market and see what do we think could possibly happen. Well, we're looking at a gap up this morning. And one thing I want to point out, if we were to look at the Dow, this big move up here, constitutes about 800 points in price action. This morning's gap will put us up over 800 points in just 4 days in an open. And if you think about that, that's a massive move, and the chances of a little bit of rest or a little bit of pullback would be pretty normal. I'm not trying to suggest here that we're going to fail. I don't think that's going to occur. I think the bulls are in control. I think we can comfortably feel like we have opportunity to the upside here at this point. Breaking through the 50-day moving average here on the diamonds was an amazing move on Friday. But maybe, and just a slight overextension of the energy that the bulls might have. Now we still have to break through this downtrend line and hold it as support. So here's the thing that I'm looking for. What I really want to see is either this breakthrough and a consolidation, or a pullback that holds support and we pop higher. This gives us that low risk entry point, and sometimes we have to wait for that a little bit. And to be honest, that's what a healthy market does. It consolidates big moves, it rests, it lets the averages, kind of catch up to itself, lets the market kind of absorb that move, or it pulls back and tests those support levels to show proof that the market is healthy and we can move higher. So kind of keep that in mind. Now, when we look at the Qs, and this is really, really important when we take a look at the Qs. Now, the Qs broke through to an all-time new high on Friday and just wow, slammed through there and never looked back, just continuing to move up. This morning's gap up will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight days up. That generally means that a rest or a pullback is likely. Now, it doesn't have to occur that way. There's an exception to every rule, but I think common sense would just say a little rest, a little pullback, a test of support would be a likely next move, at least in the coming days. So it doesn't have to happen today, but could easily occur anytime. And the reason I'm bringing this up is to just offer up the caution how important it is not to chase. We don't want to chase a run like this. At the same time, we don't want to be overly bearish here. There's nothing to be bearish about in the market. So the indexes are looking great. If there's a little rest or a pullback, that doesn't mean that the stocks in your watch list are untradeable. In fact, it could mean that they're setting up for really great potential trades. So kind of keep that in mind. Stay on the bullish side. Don't get caught up in the drama and chase a market move like this. Sometimes a rest or a pullback is just what the doctor ordered. Let's take a quick look at IWM. IWM rallying unbelievably strong. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be 8 days up at the open on IWM, slamming into this resistance level. Now this could actually, there's no reason to believe this couldn't push on through to try and break that new high, but let's also remember a little pullback or a rest here does not damage this stock at all now, or this index at all. Breaking through the downtrend, breaking above the 50. Let's keep in mind how far away we are from the 50 right now, and the chance of a little bit of rest for this to catch, for those averages to catch up, would be fairly normal. And nothing wrong with that at all. The SPY, beautiful break of the 50-day moving average, and even a rally to take out the February high. Incredible strength shown there. So here again, just a little bit of rest or consolidation, a slight pullback would not be out of the question. But let's just hope that those bulls continue to show that strength and hold it up. We don't want to see anything starting to slip back below support levels. Let's hang on to these strong moves. Let's take a quick look at the VIX. The VIX finally gave up this support level on Friday. Gave up that support level, pulled right back into this long-term downtrend. Okay, now it's possible we could find a little support here. We've done it before, but we've broken our uptrend in the VIX. A little bit of bounce up here wouldn't be out of the question. But it's nice that we're kind of getting back into a range where we hopefully will begin to see a little bit less of the big swings, the big triple-digit gaps and things like that every day. And we start to settle down in the market, we can get back to some normal trading where swing traders will have an edge. Let's take a look at T2122. T2122, the new high, new low ratio. As you can see, we are up here in this bearish reversal zone. High probability when we reach up in here, we will see a pullback eventually. Now, it doesn't mean we have to just drop. It does mean that we could consolidate. A nice light consolidation can bring this right back down here and give us an opportunity to move on through. So as you can see, once we come up in here, we just have that potential of that little pullback in the market or a consolidation. So keep that in mind. And by the way, you know, if you look back, you can take this as far back in history as you want to go. Here's a weekly. These are very consistent. Okay, highs and lows in here are very consistent. When they say we've reached up here a little bit too far in the short term, then the market has to rest or pull back. So fairly common, nothing out of the question here. Doesn't mean anything is bearish. On the economic calendar today, let's go back here to our normal charts. On the economic calendar today, we show a bunch of bond events today, and only one major report here in the Treasury budget, which is likely to show a pretty substantial deficit as a result of the tax reform plan. And we'll have to see if that catches up with revenues and things like that later on. But right now, the gamble is that the tax cut will inspire a whole bunch of business, which brings in a bunch of new revenue from taxation. So let's see what happens there. Overall, we have a really heavy week here in the calendar. As you can see, lots of these red dots and green dots. These are market moving events, and we'll be talking about those as we move on through the week. On the economic calendar, or excuse me, on the earnings calendar, we had about 120, just short of 120 companies reporting today. Those reports are coming in pretty rapid succession this morning. As a general rule, over this entire quarter, earnings have been by and large very, very good. I don't see that changing. Now, this week is finally one of the last big weeks in this quarter. This first quarter just seems to take forever to work through all of the earnings because they kind of spread them out. But we are this week is really one of the last major weeks. We still have significant earnings over the next couple of weeks, but we kind of calmed down here a little bit and not so many reports. Maybe some of that volatility will drop out of here and we can get back again to some normal trading. So with that, everyone, I want to wish you all a fantastic day. Watch those price cues. That price action is king, is the most important thing. Keep a watch on that. Watch for potential reversals or a little bit of resting consolidation. And be safe, be careful. We will talk to you all very, very soon, bright and early tomorrow morning. Remember to feel free to share this video with any friends and family that you might feel it's useful. And if you have the inclination, please do me a favor. Click that subscribe button on YouTube, the follow me button on Facebook, and click those thumbs up buttons. They really help me out a lot. And always feel free to drop a comment. Everyone have a great day. Talk to you all very, very soon, bright and early Tuesday morning.